Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into South Africa's most controversial political stories. Today, we're unpacking a bombshell court decision that has serious implications for Julius Malema, the economic freedom fighters, and the future of political accountability in Parliament. The Western Cape High Court has officially dismissed Malema's urgent application to halt disciplinary action against him over the chaos he and his fellow MPs caused during President Cyril Ramaphosa's 2025 State of the Nation address. This isn't just another day in court, it's a critical turning point in the tension between political disruption and parliamentary order. Let's take it back to the moment that sparked this legal showdown. On the 8th of February 2025, South Africans tuned in for what was expected to be a standard State of the Nation address. But just minutes into the speech, Julius Malema led a dramatic charge onto the stage, flanked by several Red Beret MPs. The president had to be escorted out. The chamber descended into chaos. Parliament was suspended. Security personnel were deployed. For many, it was a disgraceful moment, one that raised serious questions about the limits of political protest and the boundaries of democratic conduct. In the aftermath, Parliament's Powers and Privileges Committee began disciplinary proceedings against Malema and 5 other EFF members. Their charge: disrupting the business of the National Assembly, threatening security, and bringing Parliament into disrepute. But Malema didn't wait to defend himself before Parliament. Instead, he ran to the courts, arguing that the disciplinary process was politically motivated, unconstitutional, and procedurally unfair. Essentially, he wanted the courts to step in and block Parliament from holding him accountable. But the Western Cape High Court said, absolutely not. In a strongly worded judgment, Judge Mogoatlheng made it clear that the judiciary cannot interfere with Parliament's constitutional right to discipline its members. Parliament, he said, has not just the power, but the duty, to uphold the integrity of its proceedings. Malema's application was struck from the roll. And to add insult to injury, he was ordered to pay the legal costs. For Parliament, this ruling was a huge win. Spokesperson Maloto Mothapo welcomed the outcome, saying it reinforced the independence of legislative processes and the importance of maintaining order in democratic institutions. But of course, the EFF sees things very differently. Outside court, Julius Malema doubled down. He accused the judiciary of being captured by President Ramaphosa and declared that the EFF would never be silenced by institutions controlled by the elite. He described the entire disciplinary process as a witch hunt, and vowed to fight any outcome tooth and nail. This is a classic EFF playbook move. When faced with consequences, the party pivots to victimhood. They frame every disciplinary process, every court loss, as part of a bigger conspiracy to silence revolutionary voices. But critics argue that this is not revolution, it's manufactured chaos disguised as activism. This legal defeat is not Malema's first, and it likely won't be his last. He's been to court countless times, for hate speech, for defamation, for contempt, for dodging taxes. And every time, he uses the same strategy: spin the legal process into a political rallying cry. But this case is different. Here's why. For the first time in a long while, a South African court has drawn a firm line in the sand. It's not just saying that Parliament can discipline disruptive members, it's saying that it must. That's a powerful message in an environment where many South Africans have lost faith in the institutions meant to keep politicians in check. And the timing couldn't be more significant. The 2026 local government elections are on the horizon. Political parties are already in campaign mode. The ANC is trying to recover from years of scandal. The DA is pushing its coalition agenda. And the EFF? It's banking on drama, spectacle, and populist outrage to stay in the headlines. But that strategy might be backfiring. Many South Africans are fed up. Load shedding hasn't disappeared. The cost of living is still brutal. Joblessness remains a ticking time bomb. And what do they see on their screens? Politicians disrupting parliament, shouting at each other, getting dragged out by security. No solutions. Just stunts. This court ruling might just be the beginning of a new era of political consequences. Parliament now has the green light to proceed with disciplinary hearings. If found guilty, Malema and his MPs could face fines, suspension, or even expulsion from the chamber. And that could drastically affect how the EFF operates as a political force. But don't expect Malema to take it lying down. The EFF thrives on confrontation. And with growing tensions between the party and the ANC over everything from land reform to judicial independence, this ruling could escalate political warfare even further. It's also important to note that this case sets a constitutional precedent. The separation of powers between the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary is one of the cornerstones of South African democracy. If Parliament had lost this case, it would have opened the door for every disciplinary action to be challenged in court, effectively paralyzing the institution. But now, with the court siding firmly with Parliament, we could see a broader shift in how order and discipline are enforced across all spheres of government. This isn't just about Malema. It's about whether our democratic institutions still have teeth, and whether rules mean anything in an age of political performance. And it raises some serious questions. Can politicians be held accountable without being accused of persecution? Can Parliament function as a lawmaking body, or will it become a permanent stage for protest? And can South Africans ever trust that justice isn't just a political game? What do you think? Is this a long overdue win for rule of law and democratic discipline? Or is Malema right to warn that institutions are being used to silence dissent? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts. If you found this video informative, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you stay updated on South Africa's most pressing political stories. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.